Catch a creative vibe on the Urban Cube with Sister Shemiza.
Good morning and assalamu alaikum. It is 10 o'clock, 15th of January, and you're listening to me, Shemiza, on Where Else? It's the Urban Cube Show, brought to you live and direct on Inspire FM. We're going out to the fabulous people of Luton surrounding areas and also to Peterborough's Salam Radio and Sheffield's Link FM. Hope you're well and warm wherever you're listening in from. Now, the Urban Cube is a show that celebrates arts and creativity and lifestyle. And we always have great conversations with inspiring guests who are local, national, and international, who've got a wonderful story to share or an event to keep you inspired, motivated, and informed. And on today's show, we have a brilliant guest who's going to be joining me all the way till 11 o'clock, whom you can actually catch on Facebook Live as well. Now, as always, Facebook Live, we have comments. You can leave your comments on there, or you can join in with any of the conversation on the show via our WhatsApp, which is 07779 481822. As always, we love to hear what you are getting up to or where you're listening in from. If you're listening in via your car or at home, please do tell us, share with us where you're tuning in from. Now, today's show, as always, is following the series that I've been doing for a number of weeks, which is around how we can use art and creativity as a means of solidarity, and how we can use art as a mean of activism. And alhamdulillah, we've had such a wonderful rapport with our listeners and our guests who've been very inspired by what our guests have been getting involved in. And today's show is no exception. We're going to be joined by a wonderful guest who is definitely making their mark on a very, very exciting event that's happening very, very shortly. And I'm going to be talking about what that event is, because we're not all talking about that event. We're going to be doing something quite special on the show. So you've got to keep your ears peeled to that radio and keep listening in. Now, folks, it is a little bit chilly out there. It is going to get a little bit colder across the week. So please do make sure you stay warm. Now, it can get a little bit depressing and you can feel a little bit blue. So I'm hoping today's show is going to get you quite happy in the sense and warmed up, because we're giving away a pair of tickets to a very, very exciting event, which is all about giving hope. Are you curious? Well, you need to keep tuned to the show. Now, today, believe it or not, is Blue January. Goodness me. Now, what is Blue January? Blue January is something that happens or is marked every third week of January. Now, it's originated by the fact that folk, after the festive break of Christmas, people might feel a little bit down, a little bit depressed because of the weather, and that's why Blue January is marked. Now, I hope you're not feeling blue. If you are, well, I'm going to find out from my guests how they're staying optimistic. It's a bit crazy, really, right, to have an event which is marked, a day marking us being pre-depressed or feeling down. I find that a little bit bizarre, but I'm hoping that the show, inshallah, will help you find ways of navigating your blues. As always, I need to do a bit of a disclaimer. Please remember that any of the opinions of the show are of our guests and not of the radio station. They're not representative of the radio station. And any medical information given on the show, please get professional advice, because it is only the opinion and we don't want to get in trouble for anything, right? Okay. Now, I think it's about time to start the show. I am absolutely delighted to be joined by a very, very fabulous guest today. Somebody who, if you are familiar with the photography world will know his name, or if you've had an event of late across Luton or London, he may be there snapping away. He is a photographer that really captures those moments that you may possibly miss, and he really brings those moments to life. He is no other than the very fabulous writer, photographer, and humanitarian, Salam Jones, who's joining me today to talk about a fantastic event, an event that you need to make your way to. It is the Hope and Mike event, which is titled Hope for Palestine. It's an evening of debate, spoken word, auction, and food. And on today's show, guys, we're going to blow those blues away because we are giving away 2 tickets to this absolutely exceptional event. And to tell us more is no other than Salam himself. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Shemiza. How are you?
I'm super well. Thank you so very much for joining me out of your very busy schedule. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. Secondly, I have to take into the fact that we've really advanced with technology. So back in the days, radio stations used to be just radio. You could turn up in your pajamas, you could sit there, pick your nose, you could do all kinds of things. And then I've suddenly realized that, hang on, I've got 5 cameras focused on me, right?
I've never even counted how many.
I've got to be careful what I do. No fidgeting.
You're definitely dressed for the part today.
Thank you.
I'm super liking your top, which is celebrating your event that's happening very, very shortly.
It's my hoodie. Yeah. For those of you that it is my hoodie. I have paid for this hoodie. Okay. So just because I'm part of the organization doesn't mean I get stuff for free. Especially if it's for charity. Yeah. So we are. My wife's bought 5. Yeah, for her entire family. Yeah, they're all supporters. They also love the girls love their hoodies. Yeah, it's warm, you know. And I have a story to tell you about this hoodie. It's a bit of a lifesaver.
Okay, we're all ears on the show today. We're all ears. So tell us what that story is.
Okay, the other night I went to East London to pick up the box of hoodies. There are about 20 in the box. Went to our graphic designer Emran. Picked up the hoodies. On the way home with my wife in the car, we hit a pothole. Got a burst tire, and we're now sitting on the hard shoulder of the M11. Now, obviously, you have to get out the car. Right, so now we're both standing there in our coats, and it's a bit nippy, you know, like a bit cold. And we think, oh God, we've got to do this for an hour and a half because the recovery van says it's going to take 90 minutes to get to us. And then suddenly it dawned on me, I've got a box of hoodies in the back of my car. Right, so we immediately grabbed one each, and you know what? They kept us fantastically warm. They really did. They I'm not saying this to sell it, but those hoodies were a lifesaver on that night. Yeah. But
there's more to this story, isn't there? Because the person that was helping you, there's a story behind that as well. Is there not?
This is nice. This is actually really nice. So, recovery driver turned up eventually, and I had an inkling. You know, when you get a feeling like you know, I wonder where this guy's from, because I thought initially he could be Italian, he could be European, he could be Mediterranean, could be anything. So I asked him. I didn't want to be rude, so I just asked him, you know, brother, what's your name? He goes, my name's Rashid. Oh, that's a Muslim name. My ears popped up straight away. I flashed open my jacket. I showed him my Hope for Palestine, my hoodie. He's absolutely thrilled now. He's absolutely loving it. My wife, we've got no cash on us. She was so relieved. She wanted to give the man something. She goes, right, give him one of those hoodies. I'll pay for it. He was really thrilled. He was really happy. Somewhere in East London is a recovery driver driving around with a Hope for Palestine hoodie. Yeah, and he supports the cause as well. So,
Alhamdulillah. Look, it's just amazing how people's journeys and paths cross. And how did I know about this story? Because, mashallah, you document your journeys, not just through photography, but on social media as well. And you're an epic storyteller, not just an author with published books, but also on social media too. So I kind of knew I knew the story beforehand. So that's why I had to ask you and remind you what that was. And it's so beautiful how we're being united across the country, across the world, and so many stories to share and tell about human kindness. Salam, I want to ask you about this top itself. It says Hope for Palestine. What is this for?
Okay, so I belong to a group of creatives, real passionate people. amongst us of various disciplines, various backgrounds. We've got writers, we've got people who are interested in photography, people who do spoken word, artists, musicians, etc., etc. Yeah, so we respond to whatever happens in the world the way we know how, and that is we bring people together. We raise money by bringing people together, either with the sales of our tickets or sales of merchandise or sales of food. We generate money, so the auction items as well, and we give it to the cause that we feel needs it at that particular point. So whenever anything happens in the world, we have a reaction. Our reaction is, you know what? Let's do a gig. Let's do an event. Let's put an event together. Alhamdulillah, you know what? This event by far is one of our biggest so far in terms of volunteers.
Right.
So including the artists, including the speakers, including the volunteers. I've been very selective in the sense that I've tried to get professional people from various backgrounds. My wife is actually, and she's in the corporate world. So my wife is actually the project coordinator on this. I'm not too great with my people management skills. Right? So after a certain time, we have in Bengali we have this beautiful phrase, like, oh, you have to rub ghee onto their backs. Yeah, I can only do that for so long before and I'm like, oi, get on with it, crack the whip. But my wife is a little bit more diplomatic, and she's more, she's much more chilled and much more laid back, and she knows how to manage people. That's her strength. So I've got her involved. Overall, I think we have nearly 30 people involved in the entire setup.
That's a nice number.
So
people coming together.
Usually during we do an annual dinner party called the Bangladesh Dinner Party, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Yes,
right?
I have.
So in Eastern London, even with the Bangladesh dinner parties, we have about 20 volunteers. The chefs, the servers, the waiters, but this one, we've gone. I mean, I've pulled in people from all corners of my life, literally. So yeah, no. I mean, it's a really looking promising. The event itself is Hope and Mike is about giving artists a platform to perform. Yeah. So originally, when we first started, we used to have small events, monthly events, whereby we would give the artists a platform. So a lot of new up and coming writers, lyricists, MCs, singers, musicians, all kinds of artists would come up on our stage. They would have a small or medium-sized audience. The audience would pay to come in. That money would go to a good cause. Every month we had a different cause. Yeah, the representatives of that cause would come and do a little speak about what their charity does. So, and the venue also benefited as well, because otherwise, if we didn't use the venue, it would have just been left unused and eventually turned into luxury flats by Tower Hamlets Council. So it was a win-win situation for everybody.
For everybody involved, and you definitely have a great number of people involved in this project, this event, and you guys listening in can get involved too. And the way you can do that is there are 2 tickets we're giving away kindly by Salam Jones and the Hope and Mike team are giving away 2 tickets, a pair of tickets to this very much awaited event, which is happening on when? What date is it happening?
The event itself is on Friday, the 26th of January. So the reason, in line with our traditional events, our monthly events. By the way, we stopped doing the monthly events just at the pandemic, because of the pandemic. So obviously, as you know, pandemic lockdown, no one could leave their houses. So we stopped doing them, and then we never really went back to the monthly events. But we now do the larger events. So once every 3 months or 6 months, we'll put together a much bigger event. 100, 150 people will attend. Alhamdulillah, we as a collective, we have a really good following online within the British Bangladeshi community in East London. So we have our audience. We also have a lot of people coming from outside London as well. Just to reiterate something. So these 2 tickets I'm giving you, they are free for the person who's going to win them. I don't know what competition you have in mind.
We're going to be throwing a question.
Okay.
A question out to our listeners. Okay. So you can be entering Luton, across Luton, Peterborough, Sheffield, anywhere. It's opened out nationally to a lucky winner, but they've got to answer a question. And the question is actually, if you were listening in carefully, how many volunteers are helping to make this event happen? How many volunteers? Give me the number of volunteers, if you heard on the show, of making this event happen. If that question is too tricky for you, what's the event title? What is the title of the event? Now, I can even make this even more because I'm feeling hopeful.
Yeah, it's literally written on my chest.
Shh, you're not supposed to say that, Salam. You're not allowed to say that. We can't give it away. We're not that kind on the show. I mean, if you're watching Facebook Live, you can actually see the answer across Salam. Now, that question might be a better question, I think. So you've got an option. You can either tell us how many volunteers are making this event happen. That's if you were listening in very well. Or you can give us the answer to what's the title of the event? What is the title of this event? This event has been created by the Hope and Mike team. The founder of that is sitting right in the studio. The Facebook Live camera is on him, and so is the answer. He's waving to the camera, folks. So what you need to do is, folks, you need to get in contact with us on 07779481822 for a chance to win these fantastic tickets to an event that is very significant. Also promises to be entertaining, informative. There's so much going on Friday the 26th in East London. That's correct, right?
It is in Ilford.
Ilford,
yes, Ilford, yeah.
Ilford. And the evening promises debate with some amazing panel, really, an amazing lineup of guests. Also, there are poems and spoken word and wonderful, wonderful artistry that will be performed then. We've got food as well and an auction. There's something for everybody at this event. And we've got 2 exclusive tickets to give away on Inspire FM this morning on the Urban Cube show. And the question is, what's the title of the event? Okay, title of the event. What is the title of the event? If that's too difficult, which it shouldn't be really, how many volunteers? If you've been listening closely to the interview early on, you can also listen back to the interview on Facebook Live. Give us the number of volunteers Salam Jones has mentioned. Well, that's not too tricky for them to answer, is it?
No,
I mean,
well, it shouldn't be. No,
no, it shouldn't, should it? I mean, the answer is just like plastered all over you.
Yeah. But one thing I need to add. So, to make this event possible, we've had those 2 tickets have actually been donated by someone.
Oh,
amazing! So someone's actually
Thank
paid.
you.
Someone's actually paid for 2 tickets to
wow.
go out. I can't tell you who. Obviously, they want to remain anonymous, as do a lot of our donors. So one thing I'm really blessed with is the fact that I've got this huge community of people who trust me enough to so with my appeals, what I do is I'm very outspoken about the whole charity industry and how it has become an industry for some.
Business.
So it is business, yeah. So
not all.
No. There are, you know what? There are some really good people out there who do some fantastic work. I can name, I can name them on 2 hands.
Yeah.
But there are also a few rotten apples who really tarnish the industry. Who just,
unfortunately, with all industries, we have that, don't we? The good and the bad.
With my appeals, because I am uber transparent, and I have to be. I have to be. There's lots of reasons why I have to be really. I have to show where that money is going to. Alhamdulillah, I have a good income. I have my own job. I have my own career. I don't need the money that we generate from Hope and Mike. I don't want it. It's be taking it under false pretenses. So because of that, I have this abundance of people around me. Somebody called me up just a couple of days ago, bro. I'm going to give you £500. Come to my shop and collect it. Literally like that. Yeah. Somebody called me up yesterday. Yeah, we're happy to cover the whole hire of £350. But again, all these people don't want to be named. They want to remain anonymous.
May Allah add barakah and reward them for their goodness and kindness for making this event happen and bringing all these people together to make this wonderful, wonderful event. Just enlighten us all, but also give us some courage and hope, because it is called Hope for Palestine.
Yeah.
I didn't just drop the answer there. We've actually got somebody entering with one of the right answers
Okay.
already
Okay.
from Shanaz, and she's given us the number of volunteers. So well done, Shanaz.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Um,
Well done. Yeah.
but it's
Hope to see you there.
yeah, inshallah. So you're going to have to pick these names out of a hat on who.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there another tier to that? I thought it was the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
one to respond.
It won't be the first one because we've got till 11 o'clock.
Okay,
So if
okay.
you're listening in now,
Okay.
Salam is talking about the event, and he's sharing with us that these tickets have actually been donated. For those people who may not have a chance to win a ticket, how much are the tickets and how can they get hold of one?
Okay, so we are doing a huge drive on Facebook. My wonderful Bangladeshi community, you know, I love them. I love them to bits. I love all their idiosyncrasies. I love their quirks. I love everything about them. But there's a lot of things we can improve. Yeah. They leave the purchasing of tickets till literally the night before. Literally the night
Isn't
before.
that every community?
No,
we always have a number.
But the problem
I'm
is,
sending love out to my Bangladeshi brothers and sisters here.
yeah, but they know I'm very outspoken about this.
Yeah, you are noted for that.
I'm trying to change this sort of thing. The problem is, as an organizer, it's a nightmare. It's a logistical nightmare. You don't know how many to cook for. You don't know how many seats to put out. You don't know how many to prepare for. Also, the venue has a capacity. If I'm now suddenly going to get an extra 50 people turn up on the night thinking they can get into the venue, yeah, and I've already sold out, that's tricky because we then have to turn 50 people away.
Yeah.
Legally, we can only have so many in a venue.
Yes.
Yeah. So, right. So the event itself is on the 26th on a Friday. Yeah, as in line with our traditions. You know, last Friday of the month, everybody's got money in their accounts. Everyone's got paid.
I like how you thought this one out.
I have a background in marketing, so you know, and sales, marketing and sales. That's my thing. Yeah?
Smart.
So, you know, last Friday of the month, everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Everyone's got paid. They don't have there's no school the following day. They can stay out a little bit later.
Yeah.
They won't turn into pumpkins come midnight. You know, etc., etc. So,
Okadu.
yeah. So, yeah. So we've doing it. The event itself is £20. Now, you're not actually purchasing a ticket. You're making a donation. That £20, 100% of that goes to the cause, right? And the cause, I'll discuss that in a minute without getting too political, because it's not about politics for me. It's about from looking at it from a humanitarian perspective. You know, like, okay, this is happening. What can we do about this? What can we do to ease the suffering of the people right now? Let's worry about tomorrow, but what can we do today? You know, so the evening itself is it kicks off with a panel discussion. We have some very, very high profile people coming. I don't know these people. They're all bigwigs. They're way above my level, you know. I don't think I will ever rub shoulders with this caliber of people that we have. We have somebody. You're smiling for some reason. Go on.
I'm smiling because somebody's given both the right answers.
Okay, very good. Very good.
People have been listening in.
Very good. Mashallah. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
well done, Rashid. You do have both the right answers. Thank you so very much, and walaikum salam to you. So Rashid Nazar, and I don't know if I pronounced his surname correctly. And Shanaz,
What's her surname?
Shanaz hasn't given her surname. So these two wonderful listeners have given me correct answers. It's going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky, but it is going to be names are going to be coming out of the hat.
I might let you do the drawing.
Oh.
I don't know. I might be swayed one way or the other.
Oh, okay. Because I think
I can't remain impartial.
Oh,
yeah. I like the name Shanaz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the other brother did get two answers right.
He got two answers, and he's got the name Rashid.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
So,
like yourself, like our recovery man.
Indeed.
Yeah. Moroccan brother, Rashid, yeah.
No favoritism here. We're not allowed to do that on the show.
I know.
But thank you so very much, Brother Rashid and Sister Shanaz, for sharing your answers. Folks, we've got till 11 o'clock. Salam is with us all the way to 11, talking about this fantastic event, which is a must go to. It is definitely an evening that promises so much hope, community, camaraderie, just a bit of respite, a bit of entertainment, a bit of togetherness. and so much more. And it is a poignant event because that evening is providing much needed support for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. We're heading to a break, folks. Whilst we head to a break, please remember, we've got a competition and we'd like you to enter that. And the questions, there's 2 questions. If you can answer both of them, that's absolutely fantastic. Firstly, what is the title of the event and how many volunteers did Salam say are coming together to make this event happen? Contact us on 07779481822 and we look forward to your answers. And if you'd like to just make a comment regarding the show, the event, or just something you'd like to say to Salam Jones, we're all ears. We look forward to reading your messages, inshallah, that you can leave on Facebook Live. Salam is with us all the way to 11 o'clock talking about this fantastic event. I don't want to give away the title. Go and look on Facebook Live. You might see the answer there. We're heading to a break and join me straight after this. Assalamu alaikum.
This program will continue after the break. Continue listening to Inspire FM. Inspire FM.
Inspire 105.1 FM.
Hello, my name is Lee. I'm from Luton. Keep listening to Aspire on 105.1 FM.
Attention all electricians, builders and DIY enthusiasts. Capital Electrical Wholesalers are now open in Luton. It's a fully stocked branch with experienced staff on hand to help with all your electrical needs. With branches also in Greenford, Tottenham, Richmond and Ashton. Capital Electrical Wholesalers only stock the biggest names, including JCC, Saxby, Knightsbridge, Hamilton, MK, Wilex, Hager, Aco Smoke Alarms and many more. That's Capital Electrical at Unit M, Kingsway Industrial Estate. Call 01582 801122.
For expert legal advice and support, talk with Luton's leading solicitors, Hannah Solicitors. We specialise in conveyancing, wills and probate, family law, immigration and personal injury, legal matters that matter to you. Our experienced legal team are here to help you through every step of the way. Call 01582 329 069. That's 01582 329 069 or click on hannahsolicitors.co.uk. Hannah Solicitors, professional advice with a tailored approach.
The Prophet ﷺ said, on the day of resurrection, my followers will be called al-ghur'ul muhajjalun, from the trace of ablution, and whoever can increase the area of his radiance should do so. Sahih Bukhari.
Biscard Pharmacy, your one-stop health and beauty pharmacy in Luton, stockist of over 8,000 health and beauty products. At Biscard Pharmacy, we offer a range of services, including health advice and repeat prescriptions for collection and delivery to your home. We also offer a Hajj and Umrah vaccination. Come in and see us and ask about our stop smoking service. We're open 7 days a week till late, including bank holidays. Biscard Pharmacy, 157A Biscard Road, Luton. Call 457709.
With UK Export Finance, I'm fulfilling more export orders from around the world with working capital support.
Export insurance means I'll get paid when exporting to challenging markets.
At UK Export Finance, we believe no viable UK export should fail for lack of finance or insurance. Between 2022 and 2023, we provided £6.5 billion of government-backed trade finance to support UK exports. Learn how we could help you win export contracts, fulfill orders, and get paid. Search UK Export Finance today.
Crisis aid is here for those facing the harsh winter, without shelter, without warmth. Just a small donation of £30 can provide essential winter supplies like blankets, heaters and clothing. Visit www.crisisaid.org.uk or call us at 01582 211 066. Your support can transform lives this winter. Don't wait. The time to act is now.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Mariam. This is Anisa. And this is Sonia. And we are Sisters Speak. Sisters Speak is a weekly discussion program where us girls discuss a variety of topics. Just to give a few, our topics range from politics and education to social media and identity. So please join the discussion by tuning in to Sisters Speak. Tune in on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on Inspire 105.1 FM. And also find us on Instagram at Sister Speak.
From the studios of Inspire FM, the time is now 10:30.
Catch a creative vibe on the Urban Cube with Sister Shemiza.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and assalamu alaikum. It is the Urban Cube, and you're listening to Inspire FM 105.1 FM. The time is 10:30 exactly, and it's the second part of the show. I'm going to be taking you all the way up to 11 o'clock. I'm not on my own. I'm joined by an absolutely wonderful guest talking about a fantastic event, a not to be missed event, which is happening on the 26th of January. It's on a Friday, folks, and we have 2 tickets to give away to this exclusive event, an event that promises some wonderful conversation, inspiring debates, which are going to be thought-provoking. We've got the very best of creativity happening on the stage, where it's an event that promises some wonderful spoken word poetry, performances by some of the most up-and-coming creatives that are not just local to London, but also national as well. In that lineup of creatives, we've got artists from Luton who will be performing at the event. Plus, there's an opportunity for creatives who are passionate about spoken word, who are passionate about what's happening around them across the world. Then that's a platform for them to be heard at. And this event is the Hope and Mic event, an event that is celebrated and is noted across many places in London, or people in London know very much about it. And I know about the Hope and Mic event because I have been following it, believe it or not. And I've been following it intently because I think it was the first time I'd actually come across what a Hope and Mic event was in the past. But I am going to let the man behind the event talk about what this event entails and why you need to be there to support it. Now, we are really blessed this morning because we've been offered two tickets for you to attend this event. It's by Hope and Mic. The event is called Hope for Palestine. I hope you heard that, people. And why am I saying that? Because I might be giving you a question. I might be giving a question that has an answer that may be related to this. Gosh, I'm so hopeful on this show. I'm giving it all away, but that's what this show is all about. We're all about compassion. We're all about heart, and we're all about giving away exclusive tickets to one lucky winner. And you know what makes these tickets so special? They've actually been purchased and donated by some very kind-hearted individual to make it possible for you listening in, be that in Luton, surrounding areas, be that on Peterborough Salam Radio or Sheffield's Link FM. I actually have a message come through. Let's read this. It says, "Hi, I'm Vasima, listening from Luton. Absolutely, wholeheartedly agree with the view shared by sister." Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong message. Hold on, it's here. Salam, listening in whilst working, multitasking, incredibly interesting and inspirational guest. Answer to the question is this many volunteers. And she's also given the correct answer for the title of the event. Love the show, Sister Shemiza. There have been some amazing guests to inspire us all to do better, inshallah. Thank you so very much, Sister Vasima, for listening. And thank you for answering both the questions correctly. And what are those questions? Right. I might have to ask the man behind the event to share those questions. Do you have the questions for us, Salam?
So I do believe that the first question was how many volunteers, and that includes all the artists, the panel speakers, the team, anyone who's given up their time for free to make this event happen. So how many volunteers are involved in this event? And the second question was, what is this event called?
What is this event called? It's a little bit obvious if you're watching Facebook Live.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what it's called.
What could it possibly be called?
I don't know. You're not branding it at all, are you, on Facebook Live?
No.
On your hoodie.
This is
there.
This is just to keep me warm on motorways when I break down, you know.
Totally. That's what it's all
I just
about.
want to add one thing though. I do feel
Please
that
do.
this needs to be said. So you keep going on about the man behind the. I'll be honest with you. Without Hope and Mike was originally started by myself and a fellow poet / writer called Sultana Begum. Yeah, and Sultana, really inspirational girl. Really, you need to get it. But then Sultana did the inevitable. She got married and became a mother, so she had to give it all up. So originally, Hope and Mike there was two of us who founded it, right? So now I've carried the baton on my own for the last few years. I may be one of the founders, but I'm nowhere near the man behind this event. Without the 25/30 volunteers. Oh, sorry, did I just give out the? No. Let's just say, for argument's sake, let's round it off to 30 for for argument's sake. Without the 30 volunteers involved, I would not be anywhere. And to be honest with you, my official job title is General Dog's Body. So I'm the one that gets. If you want to know who the boss is, she's at home, micromanaging everybody. Yeah, and with her checklists and her spreadsheets and her Excel. No, I'm not making fun of her. That's how she does things, and she's very, very good at it. Meticulous, like to a T.
Definitely.
Font, even the font, she spends hours, looking into which font will go best with this paperwork. Yeah. So I am merely the dog's body. I'm just the one everybody calls up, says, right, I need this, I need that, I need that. Can you go and get this? Can you arrange that? Can you speak to so and so? So my life is a bit of a hectic one. If I was the man, I would be comfortably, at home with my feet up, drinking tea and watching my favorite TV programs. That's the man. But I'm not. I'm just literally one small part of a very, very large mechanism.
A little clog in the big mechanism. And all those little clogs, we're sending out a massive big salam and shout out to you. You are making such a difference. You're making such an incredible impact on this event. This event is happening on the 26th of January. It's happening in Ilford in London. We are giving away 2 tickets on the show today, which have been kindly donated by a generous individual, mashallah, so that it enables you guys to come along to attend this event. Now, just wants to clarify something with you, Salam. You mentioned about Hope and Mike event being quite popular amongst the Bangladeshi community. So this event itself, is it just for the Bangladeshi community?
No, far from it. The reason I mentioned the Bangladeshi community is because I'm Bangladeshi, right? My majority of my following is Bangladeshi. So the events that we put together is really to sort of represent the Bangladeshi community, but not specifically aimed at the Bangladeshi community. So we also do, and one thing I want to clarify as well, that the various causes that we help, it's not based on the fact that it's not based on nationality. It's not based on gender. It's not based on religion. It is purely from a humanitarian perspective. So we sent out feminine hygiene kits to Syria. We helped with the recent floods in Bangladesh. We helped with the Rohingya. We've done events for the Rohingya. That was one of our big ones. The event for we had a really, really well-known singer come and perform for us. Yeah? This event here, the Hope for Palestine, is for anybody that cares about this cause. Yeah? And again, without wanting to get into the whole political side of it, because I mean, we can sit here for hours and discuss what's gone wrong and what's but we're looking at a humanitarian crisis, and we can't just sit on our hands. We have to do something.
Indeed.
So my target initially, I had a target of about £6,000. I thought, you know what, £6,000 for a night's work, it's not bad. We can give that to a good cause. We are actually giving that to a Muslim charity. Okay. Can I say their name?
Yeah, of course. A Muslim charity.
So Muslim charity are a trusted, highly vetted, and highly trusted charity partner. They are delivering the aid, and I know a lot of people are asking, but it's impossible to get into Gaza.
Of course, that's the question.
I actually went to Muslim Charity HQ and I grilled their main person there, Islamuddin, who I'm sure you've met.
Yes.
Yeah? Islamuddin. I grilled him on a live video. Like, okay, what are you going to do with our money? How are you going to deliver it? I want to know. I mean, he explained to me exactly the infrastructure they have in Gaza. Yeah, so he explained to me, and I'm happy with his answer, you know. And he looked me in the eyes. It's very different when somebody's on the phone, but when you're sitting in front of them, they can't, you know.
The fact that you actually went down you questioned everything, you looked at, you know, you spoke about the logistics, and people do. People, you know, people are honoring you with their money. They're honoring you with their trust. So to follow that transaction with transparency is so important. So for me, the due diligence is incredibly important. I cannot emphasize to you how important it is. I've worked really hard to build up our trust with the community. They trust us blindly. They'll give us money all day long when we ask. If I ask for £1,000, I'll have it by tonight. Literally. So I don't want to do anything to break that trust ever. Yeah, and there is a word. Is it amana? Yeah. So I'm not the most practicing of people, but I do believe in that. I believe that, you know, to do wrong with charity money, there is almost no bigger sin. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah,
so,
of course.
You know,
people give it with nia.
Yeah.
You give
intention.
it with nia.
Intention.
You give it with intention, and leave it with Allah.
Yeah.
Leave it with Allah. Do it with the goodness of your heart, and may you be rewarded for that. And may everybody be rewarded for everything that they're doing for the cause of the Palestinians and what they are going through, which is clearly a humanitarian crisis. I want to just ask you, Salam, to tell me a little bit more about these wonderful creatives that are performing on the night. Who do we expect? And it's so cross-generational and very multicultural, which is so exciting.
So let me just touch on very briefly on the panel discussion. So panel discussion is something that we've never done at Hope and Mike. Right, so I brought in a really wonderful chap called Matt Robinson, who I'm sure you've heard of.
Yes, Brother Matt Robinson.
Right, so together, so we've created. I've left the panels completely to him because again, he knows people that I don't.
Yeah, he's a notable filmmaker, a humanitarian, and doing amazing things, documenting the demonstrations with migration films as well. So he's organizing this panel, which will be very exciting. And I believe Ruqayya Khatun, the notable Ruqayya Khatun, is leading.
Ruqayya Khatun,
leading the panel.
Yeah. We're really proud. Really proud. You know, I like. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get a selfie with that. my little claim to fame. Yeah, so no, wonderful. But we've actually got Abdurrahman Tamimi. Yeah, we've got Emily Stevenson from the British Jews Against Occupation. So again, I want to clarify that this isn't about religion. It isn't about nationality. It isn't about, you know, who's doing right and who's doing wrong. It is about humanity. It's about, so I wanted to include somebody from the Jewish, you know, community within this conversation. You know, and we felt it was really important. We wanted that voice.
The balance of opinions, or
not just what I don't want is finger pointing. Okay. I want. We've come together for a purpose, and that is to raise. You know, I said to you we had a target of 6,000. I've upped that to 10,000 now. Alhamdulillah, without even counting the tickets yet, I've already got 3,500. So that's just off the back of my donors and sponsors so far. You know, I've got 3,500. The tickets will generate us another couple of grand. We've got food on the night. The theme for the event itself is Palestine. Yeah. So on the panel discussion, bear with me. I've told you who I've got on the panel discussion. There is also a wonderful chap, a filmmaker, called Matt Robinson.
Oh yes.
He's also not only just the organizer, but he's also going to speak. Yeah. I had to convince him. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like, mate, you're just as capable as anyone else. You're literally, you've done so much work with that that whole region. You are just as qualified as anybody else. And there is a fourth guest who I can't tell you about. It has to remain a mystery, unfortunately, as part of the clause, right? So then we've got the theme of the night is Palestine. So we've got lots of Palestinian finger food. I've made our cooking team go out and do research. Go and find, it's not just olives and hummus. Yeah, go and research Palestinian food. We want to honor a people. And how do my way of honoring someone is to learn about their culture, their customs
and heritage, which unfortunately is being diminished.
No.
And to keep that revived
Yeah.
and keep that celebrated and keep that. It's like enabling an existence.
We've got a wonderful
food.
lady. We've got a wonderful lady from the Palestinian community coming in on the night with arts and crafts that she makes herself. She'll be selling them. We've got a merchandise stall where you can buy one of these wonderfully warm hoodies. Yeah. Again, all proceeds will go to the same
So
pot.
much going on at this event.
Yeah, we've got performances, live performances. We've also got, as I said, we've got guest speakers. We've got an auction happening with various things. So we've got some really, really beautiful photographs donated by Ruful. I don't know if you know Ruful.
Ruful Ali.
Yeah, you know Ruful. Yeah,
Mashallah,
fellow photographer.
okay.
Yeah,
Brilliant photographer.
No, brilliant photographer. Yeah. He
Yeah,
actually he did what I didn't do, and much to my regret. When he went to Umrah or Hajj, he took his camera. I left mine at home. Yeah, because I specifically didn't want to be snapping shots.
But you know what? Well done for you for leaving at home.
No, it was hard. As a photographer, it was really hard
But
to
you
leave.
need to be in the moment.
No, I
and
know,
just
but I was
embrace that.
torn. I was torn. Like, God, I wish I had my camera with me.
Well, inshallah, you'll have an opportunity to go again.
Yeah. Inshallah. Yeah. So no, but we've got a beautiful hand crocheted bedspread. Yeah, in the colours, in the national colours. I've already seen pictures of it.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I've got a really talented friend called Saleha. Big shout out to Saleha. She won't be listening, but I'm sure she'll listen afterwards tonight. She's actually a school teacher, so she works during the day, right? So, but she crochets. So for my 50th birthday, she gave me this bedspread, all with various different multicolored squares, and so then I liked it. I love it. I mean, I absolutely adore the thing. It's not leaving my house ever. She then has made something similar using red, white, green, and black.
Nice.
So really nice. Yeah. You wait
Some
till
really
you see it.
authentic pieces.
Yeah. No, wait till you see it.
Yeah.
I've got another lady who's hand sewn some jackets, embroidered, hand embroidered some jackets. Right.
I believe Samara Niazi.
Yeah. That's, very
I've
good.
seen the jackets.
Very good.
And absolutely stunning.
Very good.
Intricately, the symbolism on the jackets are stunning. They're in a medium size. There's also the Palestinian flag inside the jacket, so it's reversible, and it's definitely an exclusive piece. It's bespoke. It's must have, and that's been created by Samara Niazi because I've been following that journey. I've got my eye on that jacket. I really have, and that jacket's going to be. I know.
You're gonna have to bid for it.
All these things are going to be bidded for.
I've also got this really talented Arabic calligraphist. Right, she does beautiful work. She does like Ayatul Kursi, 99 names of Allah, but then she weaves them in. She draws them in. She's like so she's got these images of the swirling dervishes. Beautiful. My wife, I showed her some of the pictures last night. She's completely blown away. She's like, "Well, I might bid for that ourselves." You know, and we're trying to declutter, so that says a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard if you're sat in that audience. There's so much to choose from, and gosh, I'm already thinking, I need to get some money together. We've got some on some of these items too.
We've got some live performances from. So I specifically targeted. Five different disciplines from five different backgrounds. So we've got a published poet, a renowned poet, actually quite big in the poetry circle, the spoken word circles. Mark Thompson, right? So Mr. T. Yeah. We've got Ina Khan, who is winner of. So within the Bangladeshi community, we've got Bangladesh has got talent. She won one of those. Oh, wow. Ina Khan is really, really good with her voice. Wow. If you've heard her sing, you'll know what I'm talking about. She's a fantastic bowl singer, but she's not going to be doing dance bowl on the night. So I don't know if you're aware of what bowl music is. It's basically Bengali blues, Bangla blues, as sung by Lalon, Abdul Karim. Proper soul-wrenching stuff. Nice. The theme for all of the performers, I've told them, look, the theme is resistance, freedom, oppression, that kind of thing. And Bangladesh has struggled, had freedom struggles and oppression struggles, as you know. Yeah. Yes. And then we've got Usama. Do you know Usama? Yeah. He's one of the most conscious, woke. I know a lot of people are not, fond of that word woke, but one of the most liberal-minded people, the writers that I know, and his lyrics speak.
Yeah, he's an exceptional lyricist. Yeah. He's definitely lights up that stage with his words. They're very powerful, very engaging. a definite talent not to be missed or ignored.
Do you know what? He can hold his own on a stage. Usama
totally.
can hold his own, you know?
Yeah.
He can really engage that audience.
Yeah.
So we've got a beautiful duet called Sophia So Good. So two young women who, I think they both play instruments and they both sing. So, and then we've got somebody else. We've got
Mazzy D, Mariam Daniel,
I'm
who
really
was Daniel, who was on the
Mariam.
show. An exceptional creative, somebody who's so passionate about humanitarian causes. Her energy, this sister's energy, is just off the Richter scale. So she is definitely going to be firing that audience up. And each one of these individuals brings something unique to the table, and they'll bring something unique to that stage, and it will be a memorable event. Not just for the participants, the audience, but just generally everybody in that space. And it doesn't stop there, does it, Salam? Because you've also got an open mic section. I mean, you can't have a open mic event and not invite the audience to participate.
We felt, I felt specifically, because my background is in open mic. You know, that's how I first got my footing into that whole poetry community, spoken word community. So I felt that it was to pay homage to our roots. We need to have an open mic section. So we've allocated a 20-minute slot where members of the public can just sign up. That's already getting filled.
Wow.
Before, as we speak, I've said to them, look, no, you can't pre-book. You have to go, you have to sign up on the night.
Okay.
But I will tell you one thing. I've actually, I know for a fact there's a 14-year-old young lady coming from Tower Hamlets. I've seen one of her performances. It just blew me away. Just wow, like mind blown, literally. And she's only 14. But she speaks very conscious poetry, very woke, very, ethical.
So this is a theme, isn't it? The general theme is woke, ethical, compassionate,
humanitarian,
about social injustice, about words that will resonate, and which is very much reflective of what's happening to the Palestinians. So this event, Hope for Palestine, is definitely what we hope for. It's a gathering of beautiful minds, beautiful people, beautiful hearts. It's going to be a room full of so much energy, people. You need to be entering this competition. We've got a couple of minutes left, folks. So the question is, how many volunteers are participating? And if you can answer the second one as well, that makes your position a little bit stronger to win this ticket, is the name of the event. The name of the event, what is it called? Now, folks, it is 10:52, and I'm joined by Salam Jones, who is talking to me about his event Open Mic, which is happening on the 26th of January in Ilford. What's the destination? What's the venue called? And how can people access tickets if they can't win one today?
Okay, so Hope for Palestine.
Yeah.
Hope Mic is the organization.
Yes.
So the event is going to be held in the Crown Banqueting Suite. Due to the topic, we had to hire a private venue.
Okay.
Normally, I have access to various public buildings.
Interesting.
But as soon as the whole conversation started, everywhere I went, I was like, no, sorry, we can't allow it.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be amazed. So we've hired a private venue. It is literally a 5-minute walk from Ilford Overground Station. It is on Cranbrook Road. It is, you come out the station and it is walk out to your left across the road. Literally a 5-minute walk. Yeah. The Crown Banqueting, be there for 6 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Bums must be in seats by 7. Okay. Yeah, please.
You're quite strict about that.
I am very, very particular when it comes to timekeeping. It demonstrates a lot about somebody's character. Yeah. Somebody keeps you waiting for half an hour. What does that tell you? The event is, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic evening. We've got a fantastic host. Yeah. I don't want to reveal their identity. Yeah. Let it be a surprise for the night. Right. And what else is there?
That is.
I don't know. Could be somebody we know.
Well, it could be. It could be somebody we're listening to. It could be.
Yeah. We've got an auction. I'm lumbered with the auction.
Are you? Well done. I think you're the right person for that, because you're definitely good at kind of convincing people to do things, and convincing people to get their money out of their purses is what we need at this event. It is the Hope for Palestine event, a must go-to event. It's definitely going to be worth it. It's going to be a gathering of beautiful minds, beautiful hearts, beautiful souls coming together and just hoping for the betterment for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. This event is full of so much. You've got something for everybody there, from auctions, from performers, from artists, from food, for hope and for debates. And it is now the end of the show. Thank you, Salam, for joining us this morning. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. The answers to the questions were 30 volunteers.
Yep.
And it was also, the event is called
Hope for Palestine.
Hope for Palestine. And our lucky winner is going to, I'm just going to pick it out of the hat, is going to be Vasima. Vasima's won the 2 tickets,
lovely.
mashallah, to this event. And we will get the tickets to you as soon as. Thank you so much to Brother Rashid and Sister Shanaz for entering the competition. We're really, really grateful for your time joining us on the show today. With that, massive big thank you to you, Salam.
Thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome. It's the end of the show. Take care, folks. Keep smiling. And assalamu alaikum.
Coming up next, Awaz-e Haq with Hafiz Ijaz.